clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Make us no tracer. From the heart of Europe, this is the most badass YouTube broadcast in all the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tommy C, the Shopping Point, and Vault. I want some ones, get some ones in the shop for Vault for filling in for Matt this week. I appreciate you, Vault, for coming through like that. I do.
No problem.
But you got to go back to school as usual.
Yeah.
Can't you wait till you graduate so you can do this full time for nothing?
Oh, fuck you. No, I want to make some money, man.
Yeah, you make some money. You and Conrad, you're both traitors. Traitors, you left me behind. You left me with all the lolcows. What's the matter with you? What's happening, J-Wolf? Final Flash, Talks Big Love, Miss Stripes, Mothman, Daily, new member, Spurter. Woo! Do an after show just for you, buddy. Just get your Discord together. Sync your Discord. Let's do an after show. That's when I get up close and personal with the fans. And ask them to send me their booby shots. Yeah, that's right.
While watching crime videos.
I got bought. Yeah, same. We watch crime videos and make fun of the victims. Well, that was stupid.
Wait, he trusted that guy? Really? Oh, no.
Fire Keemy blocked you? Yeah. Why did he block you? You all made a stream on it. What'd you expect? Tommy is trying to turn me into a gross. Gross. You said Connor W.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I won't be talking about that for obvious reasons, but know that I'm. Let's stream for this. Can't miss this SFTP. Oh, okay. Well, here's what we're doing. We're doing some. Actually, I'm just doing it to piss off Dark Viper AU. We're doing some React content today. Why? Because it's easy, it's fair use, it's legal, and it pisses that fucking jerk off. So today, we're going to be covering Nerd City's, which I haven't seen yet, video on SSSniperWolf. Apparently, she's a really bad person. And there's nothing more that I like than a good bad person video. Interesting enough, he's taking he's taking some shit about this, and Nick told me, so I believe it, right? And I don't know the whole story. I don't know that he did anything wrong. I never even looked into it, but he might be taking some shit because of the, I guess, his stance on NFTs in the past or something like that. Which, of course, isn't. If you're gonna criticize him and say it's stupid and he's too too sensitive, you know. You know, he's stupid and he's too sensitive. Don't criticize because of another take. I think that's kind of fucking gay. So I'll criticize it the way it should be criticized, if it should be. But what were you telling? What's the theme with this video, Vault?
Narcissism. That's the entire theme.
Oh, wait a minute.
She's a narcissist because A.
Really?
Narcissist because B. That's the entire video.
So he's a doctor. But who cares? Of course she's a
narcissist.
No,
Tommy. He's not a doctor.
I got news for you. So she's about everybody that fucking does this shit. Nobody's normal, and especially not him.
Him? Oh, definitely.
He's not normal at all.
The guy hates cats. God forbid you post a cat gif in the chat.
All right, so let's check this out. Let's check. We'll give it a fair shake, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna make me laugh. So let's watch this bad person video. SSniperWolf loses its assaults innocent bystanders at gaming convention. I just got a picture of running around like hitting people with rocks and shit.
YouTube drama for a while. You might remember this event because this was a big breakout moment for Ninja.
This is a Fortnite OG Tyler Blevins dyes his hair blue Epic Games and Fortnite Blevins moment.
Who's this guy with the hair? What's that? What's the deal there?
Also joining us today, SSniperWolf.
And SSniperWolf embarrassed herself in more ways than one. Billed as the pro gamer in a pro amateur duo, SSniperWolf was.
You imagine getting SSniperWolf
Wait, I'm not playing with Shroud. I got Sniper Wolf.
Yeah, it's gonna be your buddy gets Shroud. That'd be funny.
He's outplayed by everyone on the stage that day, including the amateur playing with a bucket on his head. All said and done, her team finished tied for dead last with 0 points. She got eliminated early in all 3 rounds of the tournament. In fact, she turned in such a poor performance that she barely appears on screen at all in the entire 3.5-hour broadcast. Blink and you would miss her.
Sniper Wolf, hello. She was like playing in the competition, but she was the very first person to die. I didn't see this, but people said like she died within like a few seconds.
What many who were there did witness off camera was Sniper Wolf getting involved in altercations. The first of which was a screaming match with her partner Evan.
He can't play for her live.
When I don't get my way, I scream, and I scream really loud.
Sniper Wolf and the man who now claims to have been playing for her at home.
Oh, he finally came clean?
Yeah.
Well, everybody knew that already. Right? Everybody knew that already. That's why she went to React content, because she can't play video games at a professional level.
Deserved to be furious with each other immediately after her last place finish.
She's dead. Killing her.
For doing so badly in Fortnite.
Yeah, I think that's why it was. He was probably like coaching her to like be good at that. And he left.
I hate being alone. I don't like going anywhere without Sausage or my mom or somebody I know I have to be with.
Sausage.
One of them, preferably Sausage.
One thing we forget about narcissistic folks is they don't like abandonment.
Are you kidding me? Is it that serious? I mean, this is like, it's like all these jerk-offs at MSNBC, but like instead of Trump, it's Sniper Wolf, the really important influencer that she is.
I have really bad separation anxiety.
Use their abandonment issues to control them.
Oh my God! And people make fun of me calling people sociopaths.
Yep.
I never got a doctor.
By the way, it gets worse.
Oh my God!
It gets worse.
That's so funny.
You gotta keep the kitty on edge.
Pretend to break up with her.
It's Sniper Wolf. Like this is something you do like on Obama or something like that, like an important person.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah,
it's not fucking like Jeffrey Dahmer. No, it's fucking Sniper Wolf.
Yeah, you did a deep dive on like Charlie Manson. Okay, like, it's Sniper Wolf for Christ's sakes. She's dangerous.
I do a lot of things, you know.
You're the puppet master now.
He makes me inhale his poop. Who's the real psychopath here? The dude?
Do you think he got to bang her? Or do you think there was...
I hope so.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But
I hope so.
Unfortunately, this was not her only skirmish of the evening.
Everybody knows when you lose in an argument, all you gotta do is start screaming. I'm one of those lovely people that...
Oh, I'm sure that was literal. I mean, that just feels like a deceptive edit. Can't say for sure, but oh my God. I mean, she is like a performer.
As soon as I get mad, they take out all their frustration. When I get
She's a good-looking fucking broad, though. Let me tell you.
mad, it's real quick. When I get mad, I get really mad.
After failing to assault other internet celebrities within the game, she made up for it in real life, just like she always knew that she would.
I never had time to practice or go to events and compete, and not to mention I am a very bad sport. If I lose, like, I'll go apeshit or cry or attack people. I'll literally attack people. I get really, really competitive.
They thrive on winning. In fact, I'm not sure there is anything more important.
Sprinkle these in.
I can't believe this. He has no idea how bad this looks.
To a narcissist than winning. So when they fail at something,
I did people go away from this video? I was like, I totally didn't know she was a narcissist. She's a very dangerous person. I mean, what's his face? The cat fucker. He did a video on Logan Paul like this, and it was kind of like weird, you know.
Shane Dawson, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I got news for you. Most of these people that do this are sociopaths. Most of them. They have some kind of mental disorder that do this. Like, I mean, think about this. Think about this irregular people. Like somebody that enjoys whatever the fuck I do, right? Or whatever goes on here, but you have no interest in ever doing it yourself. You don't even dream about it. It's just this is your thing. This is your guilty pleasure. SFTP or Nick DiOrio. This is what you do. All right. These people talk about getting attention like guys talk about football on Sunday. And sports. That's their, they are, all of them are narcissists. Even the ones that aren't sociopaths are narcissistic in some. Because think about this, and I learned this when I was playing in bands when I was a teenager in my early 20s. It's always kind of an arrogant thing to say, look at me, I have something worth saying, I have something worth performing. So it's going to breed narcissists. Oh, she's one? Shocking. Oh God, I mean, who gives it? And then they always bring up the fact that she got charged with something, I guess robbery or something. They dropped the charges. It's like
aggravated. I forget what it was.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it was. And I don't know. I guess I come from a different time. I'm an old school American. We kind of liked outlaws. and it's just like, to me, it's just a nerdy guy, dorky guy saying you're very bad. You're not a good person. You're very unworthy. And this is like, and then like you just make Sniper Wolf look cool as fuck, And she is a witch. There's no doubt about it.
She definitely.
She's an artist.
And what she did to Jack's films was fucking terrible.
And like this, but this
yeah,
is just
definitely.
This video is just like one big no shit so far, and then comical because they actually brought doctors in.
He just sprinkles them in.
Yeah. So weird.
Brace yourself, because you are likely going to see.
Here's another thing. I have all these psychiatrists, because I think that what they're quoting is the hair checklist for sociopaths. It's something I've read myself. Okay, like just because you tick a lot of the boxes doesn't mean you are it. It might mean you're just an asshole. I've heard that from other psychiatrists.
Some behavior.
She didn't prove anything. She's a sociopath. Okay, well, I feel bad for her. She can't help it.
You never dreamed you would see exhibited by a full-grown adult.
She played poorly and then attacked people.
Narcissistic rage is an explosive combination of hostility.
Dr. Grande! Dr. Grande! I think he Mama Maxed them. I was like, explain narcissistic personality disorder. So it's like, okay, Nerd City, I'll send this back to you. And then he just sprinkles it in.
And anger that comes about when a narcissist has their sense of self threatened. Essentially, the narcissist is having to face their own inferiority, which is something they are not able to do. They cannot accept the fact that they...
I like him. He started doing his thing, and people really liked his act, Dr. Grande, right? And he is very sharp, but after a while he ran out of content, and he just started doing YouTube drama. Yeah, after a while. Look, he's a smart guy, and I think he made a lot of money. I wonder if he made more than this practice. But then it became like he was doing like on fiction. He was doing like analyzing fictional characters and stuff to see if they were truly evil.
Do you have a clip of that?
After Tommy, my cats left the room. They are offended. They heard Nerd City's voice. I don't blame you.
They are not perfect. The narcissist becomes aggressive in order to distract themselves, eliminate the source of the shame, or to blame the painful feelings on someone else.
Asshole killed me. Narcissistic people are very reactive.
How could you?
It's half a fucking Twitch.
So video.
She's crazy. Look out! She got mad. She rage quit. Oh, look out!
When they're frustrated.
Well, she yelled
when they're disappointed.
in the video for
It
views.
means they're not perfect.
Yeah,
it
maybe.
means they're not the grandiose ideal that they've created for themselves to protect themselves from that
This is embarrassing.
cauldron of shame that's always bubbling up.
I threw my headset off and then I went to go cry in the bathroom for a little bit. And then I had to come back on stream and pretend like I was okay. Okay, I kind of overreacted.
Out of the blue, from the side hatch, basically, launches Sniper Wolf and has to be restrained.
You want to know a recap of what happened?
Sure.
Okay, so basically,
Oh my God! Serious music as he names at least 6 witnesses to the assault. Others verify. Oh my!
they were like in a circle, and
like
I was
Unsolved
walking. I
Mysteries.
walked to the bathroom, and then when I was walking back, I
They got a
saw them. And
shoving
they're like,
match
"Hey,
up there.
Assy," and even go. And then I was like, "Sniper's there," and I'm like, "Oh, you know what? Just be nice." They just walk over, and then I go in there, and I got really awkward, so I started like just telling an embarrassing story of myself, and she just like is looking at me. She's silent, and she's like angry, and then she like lunges at me, and I don't.
What was the beef between them prior to this? Did they say that in the beginning? I should have watched the beginning.
It's in a previous video. So
Oh,
Sniper Wolf
previous.
would steal her fucking act, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Remember like exact
Yeah.
details because it was just fucking terrifying. got in between and like pulled her off me, and then they took her back into the room. And
So two girls. This is a cat fight.
Pretty much.
And I was out there, and they were like, "What the f was that?" It was just like.
I don't know about you all, but I'm shocked and appalled.
Dude, I'm disgusted. Fucking lock her up.
What up? Yeah, lock her up.
Man.
It was so. Oh yeah, she was like. Oh yeah, she was screaming at me. She's like. A bunch of words I can't actually say on YouTube, but the one sentence I can say is she goes, "You fake your gameplay," and then charges towards me, swinging.
This is an Azzy land.
She said she did say that. That's pretty funny. You fake your gameplay. We know damn well she did. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's right. So what? You know.
And only channel from now on. SniperWolf is no longer my best friend.
This guy
Azzy Land is my
sucks. I
best
fucking hate
friend.
this
Leah
guy.
had to be physically pulled off of Azra.
This is just fucking low-end YouTube drama.
Yeah.
And he is above this. His talent is above this. This is I do not get why he doesn't dig her. Like this is not. I doubt this is good for his channel. Like remember when he used to make cool videos about the algorithm and shit. And then I'll say this right now. He was never cut out for YouTube drama ever.
Do you remember his Instagram
the nerd
video?
stuff was way better. You know.
The fucking video that he made on Instagram by like faking photos, that was a fucking banger video. The whole like Photoshop.
Oh, when he does that
video.
stuff. Oh, yeah. Or the one when he did about people's gear and shit like that.
Yeah. That was
Look, he's fucking great.
good.
I'm not gonna sit there and lie to y'all and say he's like a fucking hack. He is far from it. But he was never cut out for YouTube drama. And I'll tell you when you should have known that, when he fucking got in a fight with Verse and Diorio and all that. So he can't handle it. This is so dumb. It's funny though.
And was dragged away screaming and clawing.
Yes, this was me, the child with the anger issues, who would never back down from a fight. And I scream really loud. You know that high-pitched scream that girls do? I'm not even gonna do it for you guys, just to spare you headphone users. I hate you. I hate you.
When the narcissist says something hurtful, or they recount how they said something hurtful in the past, saying it or as they're remembering that they said it and talking about it, you see again this sense of relief on their face.
I can't even know what to say. It's so
like
funny.
Even just the memory of it brings a little bit of joy.
And everybody heard about it. Everybody was like coming up to me all night saying like,
Wow, you have anger issues. Why do you scream so much, especially when you can't win a level in a game? Do you have anger issues? Maybe I do have anger issues. Do you have a problem with that? Do you? I can't.
She's totally. Is this supposed to like convince me? She's totally acting. And who cares if she has anger issues? Have to fucking. I mean, people fucking tune into Wings every day to see him throw a joystick. Thanks so much, Jenny. Thanks so much.
I can't help my anger. Whenever I get mad at a game, I get really mad and I can't help it.
Maybe they can't help it. I'm telling you, obviously, they can. And if they couldn't, Mel, they'd never be as successful as the way they are. Or they'd be screaming in shareholder meetings. They'd be screaming at everyone. Sometimes they do, but they tend to scream at what they consider low value.
Somebody got a hold of the hair checklist. That's all I can tell you. Somebody read a book.
Yeah,
on
that's all it is. He just
somebody
looked
read a
up
book on
narcissist.
psychopathy.
value
He
targets.
sound smart.
That is disgusting.
The people who saw it never made a video about this. Probably
Oh, they let us all down. It was a shoving match.
to like preserve
Their silence
their
was deafening.
reputation.
SniperWolf looks good. Makes her look cool. You know, she gets mad, she throws fits, she's hot. I mean,
It's like a
good
fucking
job.
like rock star shit too.
Yeah, I know. Remember when he tried to think? Remember what was it? Lele Pons. He tried to make her out to be like as like a danger to kids or some shit like that because she.
You listen now, bro. Listen.
Yeah, she did a video about a senior in high school having a crush on a teacher.
Hey, buddy.
And as drama free, and because that's not the kind of content that they normally make.
who told you? Now I need to know.
When people would find out about it secondhand, they would inquire about it, and Azzy would ask them, please don't make a video about this.
Probably shouldn't mention it.
Man, take that suicidal fucking hat off. I swear to God. You're not cool enough to wear that hat, bro.
And she did not want the drama.
I mean, I don't want to comment on this.
But in those, sort of upper social circles, it's been known for years that there is a prominent creator who has a screw loose in their head.
I mean, there was this one bitch who talked so much
on me online. And then she came up to me, smiled, and tried to hug me. I'm like, you call me stupid and ugly, we throwing hands.
And women especially should stay away from her.
The rest of the night, everybody made sure like she was on the opposite side of the room as me.
She gonna make me commit a crime. Bro, you gonna make me do something violent. These hands are rated E for everyone. I would've popped them right then and there. And as soon as you put your guard down, it's just like...
In the last episode of Nerdline, we saw how SniperWolf was copying elements from Azzyland that had already proven...
What was the last time? What was the last video that came out about her? How long ago did it come out?
I think it was
4 months ago. Oh, okay. Oh boy.
Be popular.
A piece of wood used to mix paint for 50 years.
Used to mix paint for 50 years.
Imagine how cool this would be. Like people like were a little more creative though, and they were like pink, blue, yellow, purple.
I mean, it would have been cooler if y'all used like brighter colors or something.
It's the same kind of.
See, I think that's more. I think that's more Oompaville. I think that's more effective to me. That she's like a total fraud. You know, than like, all right, she got a fucking fight.
Kind of content.
No, but
she's
Tommy,
just a liar.
he already did that. Now it's worse.
Yeah.
Assault.
She's stealing everything and has been for a very long time.
No
the
kidding.
easiest examples to find, by simply looking at the dates and comparing them, are the hundreds of thumbnails and titles that SniperWolf used after Azzyland.
It is astounding to see how many videos SniperWolf has legitimately either titled the same exact way as Azzyland, or has just taken the same exact picture that Azzyland has used in her thumbnail.
But it also included some weird things, like...
Why are we mad at Azzyland for stealing people's shit then? You know? Like for not for stealing people's shit, but for, what do you call it? Not reacting hard enough, I guess.
Okay, buddy.
Breaking fair
More
use.
like no fair use.
Yeah, I want to know if she's doing the same bit. I mean, it's barely fair
SniperWolf
use.
is worse, all right? She's worse.
She's worse. She's worse than Azzyland? Like I don't even know.
I just made that up. I don't know.
Essentially, her Toronto accent and the exact dress that she wore for a house tour.
Why would she
that's
rip this
weird.
up?
Who's bigger, Azzyland or her?
Let me double check.
Who's
I want to say. I do want to say it's probably SniperWolf.
Yeah, check her subs. Oh God, it's so fake. I hate YouTubers. She fake.
Azzy has 13.2 million and SniperWolf has 34.4 million. Yeah, so SniperWolf is way bigger.
Yeah, but she's newer, more than likely. Yeah, she's ripping her off.
Why would she steal this thing? It's a house tour or the red dress. Who cares? What are the chances, though? Honestly, it seems so intentional. She seems like she's gaslighting her audience into hating Azzyland. Bro, what? They have the same mirror? They both did a house tour in the same outfit? This looks like the same exact dress, dude.
Narcissist copy. Blatant copying, such as wearing the same clothes that you might wear, copying your work, copying your ideas.
She literally copied the house tour as he did and even wore the same outfit during the house tour and even pointed out the same things in the house tour that as he did. When I say same things...
This is boring the fucking balls off me.
Weird things around? That you wouldn't...
Yes. What else is here going? What else? What else should we...
Let's go to...
Victims of...
Hold on, there's a interview. Calling Donna IRL.
Okay.
Examine.
Yeah, so he interviewed a therapist.
It's a very, okay, this is kind of embarrassing, but do I call you nerd, or like, you know?
Nerd's fine. Before I would bring in your clip, I think it might even be smart for me to say, like, Donna hasn't seen this video. Donna isn't endorsing the content I'm making, but I just wanted to ask her about this.
Well, there's Dr. Grande's line. I mean, I'm not diagnosing anybody. Because they'd be getting in trouble if they did that.
Keeping of mental health. I see there being kind of a ethical trap where you're perfectly fine to use textbook terms from psychology or therapy and throw them around sort of cavalierly, sloppily. You can use them as an insult. You can call someone a psycho or a narcissist or something like that. And you're using terms that are serious mental.
Isn't that what you're doing? I mean, that's
health conditions.
Oh no, he's got doctors. We got an appeal to authority fallacy going on.
Have a definition. But then the second that you start to be accurate about it and you try to define, like, okay, is that true? Is he really a psychopath? Is he really sociopathic? Is this really a narcissist? then all of a sudden it's
I'll
like,
read 'em
whoa,
all
whoa,
later.
whoa. Are you a licensed therapist? Because you can't diagnose.
Even sometimes a therapist will say, well, you shouldn't say your husband has narcissistic personality disorder unless you've spoken to their therapist, which obviously they haven't.
So the instinct to be responsible in that regard is to bring in someone who is a mental health professional, someone who is
I can't get in trouble.
a licensed therapist. And then you've got the potential disaster, another trap, a therapist speculating about someone who isn't their patient. So that's a violation of the Goldwater rule, which is that ethical constraint from the APA. They still do it today. Like psychologists are constantly talking about whether Biden is mentally fit for office.
What's that?
How can he like take himself seriously while wearing those fucking glasses talking about mental health? I mean,
yeah, this is a good.
Trump's a narcissist. Whether Michael Jackson was whatever.
The worst part of this video is kind of boring. You know,
or, you know, like
it
people
is.
go on the
It
news
gets
and be
fucking
like,
boring.
I
like,
think,
in summary, this is appears the video. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Narcissist.
Very nice. All right.
Yeah. There's like a segment
It's
where
like,
she responds.
Like it's like, yeah, so what? You know.
Yeah.
Like, all right, she's a narcissist. She's a bad person. Sure, I get it. She is, for sure. I mean, it's like, no doubt. It's undeniable.
No shit.
Yeah, I mean,
no shit.
But it's just like, you know, like I think some people got, you know, frustrated with Keem over the years because all these videos that came out, they were like really damning about him, and like people overdid it. Now nobody cares. You know.
Yeah.
Person has got that.
Multiple US publications lining up to suggest he's suffering from something called narcissistic personality.
Yeah, and every single president I can fucking remember since Bill Clinton has been diagnosed with this by everybody.
Disorder.
That's prohibited for psychiatrists, and there's an overlap to psychology where it's at least...
It makes regular people look stupid too, let me tell you, because I do it.
Frowned upon. So then you've passed the credential check of I am a licensed...
Like, I think you're just better off using it as a homonym. You know, because if you ever get questioned...
Yeah, I mean, like, instead of just going to these, like, mental...
I think she's nuts. I know.
Do you believe the story?
But what is
that
this?
She assaulted Azzy?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I don't care.
Does that, would you unsubscribe now?
No.
From SniperWolf?
If I was watching SniperWolf, I'd be wanking my crank. You know, what other reason would I have to fucking watch her if I was sub to her, for crap's sake? And then you realize there's real porn out there. I mean, that's the only thing that she could produce that I would be mildly interested in is her looks. There's nothing going on there that I need to be entertained by.
Hey, buddy. Topic, but they're not my patient. So you have to shut up ethically.
Azzy ain't bad looking either, but SniperWolf's better looking than her.
And then if they are your patient, then you definitely can't talk about it.
As therapists, we have a rule.
And the only way that you could get around that is if it was like, you know, if they gave you permission or if it was a court-ordered evaluation and it became part of the public record. So it protects their expertise and it protects the privacy of the patient.
It protects Nerd City too. This is a giant ass cover, you know. Yeah. But it doesn't make it any less stupid.
But everybody who's not in that equation is kind of left with less awareness of what these terms mean.
Right. I mean, I do want to start off by saying, though, that, like, this is just my opinion. I am not the authority, nor am I a monolith that gets to decide what people can and can't discuss. With that said, though, I do believe that there is a way that people have to talk about these topics in a very responsible way. And I do feel like a lot of content on the internet and in media as a whole have crossed certain ethical lines.
Mm-hmm.
I would never discuss a specific mental disorder, and even using a public figure as a launching point to discuss that mental disorder.
Fucking Dr. Grande's basically built his whole YouTube channel around it. By the way, I don't care. But I mean, let's get real here. Some of the people you use do that.
I don't know, it's just something about it feels uncomfortable. And I guess it is maybe because the background of the Goldwater rule. But yeah,
Let me see this.
The Goldwater rule?
Yeah, I want to see this. The Goldwater rule. The rule applies to public figures and states it's unethical for psychiatrists to offer professional opinions unless he or she has conducted an examination. Okay, so, but they all do it anyway. And they all do it, and the catchphrase is, I'm not diagnosing anybody. But here's what I think this person has, you know, or could have. That's what they use. That's what Dr. Grande does. You know, so they all do it, and they say the magic word to get around it.
And I know that's kind of what your video is, but yeah, there's just something about it for me that feels uncomfortable.
People think if you define the term and then you say, well, this person seems to have these signs.
And this is another thing. Fuck, this is why psychiatry is a soft science. You can't test somebody's blood and objectively say that they're a psychopath. It's based on a science that you can't. There's nothing physical. It's just what they've learned about human behavior. It's high-end guesswork. At the end,
I mean, like it's not exact. It's not exact like a fucking measurement.
Yeah, exactly. It's not exact measurement. They see people that show a pattern of behavior. Certainly, I think sociopaths exist. I'm not saying it's like that soft. It's not like this isn't like pseudo. I wouldn't call it pseudoscience, but boy, it's getting close. It's soft. It's a soft science, and it's basically a bunch of people that are educated in human behavior coming to a conclusion that this person fits this mold, and he or she should be treated and such. That's it. That's all it is at the end of the fucking day. And you have to train. I'm not going to knock psychiatrists. You got to train really hard to be able to tell somebody. But think about this: somebody who could just pass courses and maybe isn't that great a person. I mean, like they could start diagnosing people with all sorts of shit. When I was a kid in the 80s, I forget what this book was called. There was all these psychiatrists running around telling women that they got molested by their fathers, molested by their fathers when they were infants, and they were digging it out through hypnosis or some deep, what do you call it? Like really long therapy, and they actually could go back and recall memories of being molested in a crib or something like this. This ruined multiple families' lives. This is the great psychological industry destroyed, including my family's. And I wish I've got a book. I actually read a book recently about this feminist, and she's in her 70s now, and she fell for it too. And then she spent the rest of her fucking her father's life trying to apologize to him while he was completely suffering from dementia, so she could never ever express to him how bad she felt for falling for this nonsense. So look, psychiatrists have their problems too, and at the end of the day, you can't object. You can say somebody's got a fucking cold. You can say they have COVID. You can say they have cancer. You really can't test and say for sure this guy's a sociopath. Because sometimes, like, even people that get diagnosed with it show traits that sociopaths normally don't have. It's a soft science. It's a worthwhile science, but it's soft. And at the end of the day, most people like you and me just use it for ad hominems, me included. I mean, does he really think he's objectively proving without a doubt that she's a sociopath? I mean,
well, tell me, I'm not a mental.
Here's another thing. I'm just putting a warning out there for other YouTubers not to work with her. And okay, fine. But here's the thing. If you know how clout works, nobody gives a shit. If you're fucking have shit going on, people are going to want to work with you. They'll gamble if you're a psychopath. You know?
You have to make this genuflection where you go, now I'm not diagnosing, I'm not a mental health professional, right? Even if you've never presented yourself in that way, you know, like there's some pressure to say that. Are you diagnosing? No.
Yeah.
Or maybe I am. Maybe I am. Maybe that is the definition of diagnosing. The difference is my diagnosis doesn't come with the authority of
This is boring the fucking pants off.
All right, let's see what else do we have.
You take some calls too. I'll open the phones. Yeah. It's Friday.
Well, tell me, I'm not a mental health professional, but I think Nurse City may be autistic.
You autistic.
In my
why do Narcissism lawsuit exposes how SniperWolf keeps your gameplay? Oh, I'm interested in that.
The concept behind the SniperWolf YouTube channel was that Young would play video games such as Call of Duty and or Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, and record his gameplay.
You've been exposed!
Young would then prepare a script for each recording for Shailesh to read on camera while acting as though she was playing the recorded video.
Yeah, that's news. I've been hearing that since 2015. whoa. Yeah, well now it's 100% on the money now, but everybody knew that, you know.
Video footage. So he's saying it was all.
I'm sorry, she just didn't look like the gamer type to me.
Fake!
Remember,
that the narcissist is projecting, that's something that's very uncomfortable about themselves or something that they're feeling onto you.
Oh, by the way, too, I guess I'll this way a second. I wouldn't be surprised if she was a sociopath. It wouldn't shock me at all. I think a lot of the people that I've crossed paths with are. They're selfish. They only think about their next paycheck. They'll stab anybody in the back. You all know that. That's why you tune in to me. They're all like this. They're all awful. They're just awful in different ways. Like Dirt City is nowhere near as awful as SSSniperWolf, but he's pretty awful.
I noticed that she does this thing where it's like projecting, where there's something that she is guilty of, and she will project it.
Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm bringing you one of my most epic ghost gameplays yet. And I get 113 kills and a chem strike, and yes, this is solo, by the way.
She wasn't actually playing the game. He was doing the game playing. She was just providing the
Put her in
commentary.
jail.
Said lawsuit basically all but confirmed that the gaming content that she used to make was completely fake.
She is constant.
I wonder how many people were just like, no, I can't believe it's true.
Constantly pointing out other fake channels. She is coping, projecting. Oh my, she's been doing it since her earliest videos.
He must ignore.
Oh, you know who this guy is? I know who he is.
that
That's
guy?
My Israeli friend. He wrote a book called because I've actually read some of this stuff. Malignant Self-Love. And he's not a doctor. With Sam Vaknin, that's his name. Sam Vaknin. Oh yeah, there it is. Professor Sam Vaknin, right? By the way, he's a diagnosed narcissistic personality disorder. Which is the reason he got into the business. I haven't seen him around recently, and this guy he's done some time, right? He used to talk about he grew up in Israel, and he used to talk about how he used to torture other students for his like own fucking entertainment, and what have you. And one of the things that he said that was always interesting to me, because I've seen it over and over again inside YouTube, is eventually the narcissist, because they constantly need conflict, upends themselves, right? They will always lose in the end. John Swan. And how many other people you think had it fucking all to fucking together? How many YouTube stories do we know like that? They had it all together, and they just sabotaged themselves for no seemingly smart reason, or just over a stupid lie or anything like that. We've seen it over and over again with different creators, and some of them, their numbers just about up, you know. So like this is like I like Sam Vaknin. I get a kick out of this stuff, but it's just very difficult to give a fuck. Like she's not like what you know who's probably a sociopath, if I had to guess, and I'm going to steal Bill Barr's joke. Who's the guy that cheated on the bike?
The
American Lance Armstrong, right? And he said, yeah, just be thankful he rode a bike. You know, like he was a sociopath on a bike. So what? And think about what that lie. Everybody's wearing those stupid fucking bands. I remember that, the Lance Armstrong bands. Do you know how much money that guy raised for cancer research? Tons. Yes, he's a lying sack of cheating, projecting shit. And I'm telling you right now, and I've been telling you guys for years on this channel, that's a good chunk of the people that make your videos, even the guys you think you like. Not a shock to me. Maybe that's why I'm bored. Maybe I'm completely wrong about this video, and I'm actually being serious for a second. Maybe people really need to hear this shit. I just think it's comical that it's fucking SSSniperWolf. Because the truth is, most of the people that do this are fucking nuts. They're total frauds and phonies. That's another thing about being a sociopath or a narcissist. You're phony. You're transparent. There's nothing about you other than what you do or what you want to accomplish. You know, they're usually workaholics too. But like, it's SSniperWolf. What the fuck? You know?
I mean, like, who's worse, Ted Kaczynski or SSniperWolf?
I'll give you an example. Who's that fucking crazy mayor in Michigan? All right, she probably is too. That sucks. She's in charge of something now. I'm glad SSniperWolf's making bad react videos. Great. Like, she's not in charge of a country, you know?
Or deny certain thoughts. It's not me.
It's basically like psychological vomit. it doesn't feel good. You know, like when you eat some bad fish and it needs to get out of you, you throw it up and then you feel better.
Rewinding back to the start of the video, that's what the little comments meant. Maybe the red dress, the mirror that didn't belong in her house.
Doesn't really go with that.
The attack on Fortnite. Maybe it's all starting to make a little more sense. I suppose.
I was afraid to talk about this before.
That Dr.
but,
Douchebag.
Now I feel better.
Things that people have seen a million times.
Think of a million examples.
Yes.
Puzzled over, you know, like this contradiction between the clear insecurity of a narcissist underneath.
Enough. I don't want to see him
You're done.
wax poetic on that shit. I'm done. We'll just take some calls. I don't care what you talk about. I'm absolutely done with that. Comment core, you're on the air.
Tonight's the night.
For what?
I don't know. That's Nerd City's thing. What up, everybody?
How you doing? What's on your mind?
I don't know, man. Do you really think this was that big of a deal, or do you think Nerd needed the money for an hour-long video?
He doesn't make enough videos to need the money. No.
I don't know. It's weird.
I think, you know, like, I know Nerd well enough to say he really puts a lot of love and care into this shit. He takes himself pretty seriously. This is a reflection of his social issues. He doesn't like, no. Just because you have a social doesn't mean you have autism. Jesus Christ. Every awkward person on the world. I mean, I was awkward when I was a teenager. Make me autistic, you know.
Probably.
You're an idiot, Dan. How about that?
I'm kidding.
Yeah. But I think I get the feeling, Nerd City, I just said this on Chud's show. I get the feeling he grew up either in a very like religious household or went to a boarding school and didn't have a lot of contact with, I don't know, jerk-offs like me. You know? Because I remember like when he started coming around here and when he blew up, and I just thought he was kind of like me and Nick, you know? Me and Nick grew up in a very similar environment. And I get the feeling it's a very different culture than what he grew up in, right?
Yeah, I feel like he wasn't pushed.
He wasn't, I don't think he was one of the cool kids. And I think I had a lot of friends in high school. I had no, I may have been awkward socially, but I always had tons of friends and tons of places to go. I don't get he had that same experience. So when I'm talking to him about stuff like this, I feel like I'm talking to an alien. I don't know if that's his fault. It's just, you know, he grew up differently than me. I have trouble, because Germans grew up completely. I don't connect with German dudes, you know. When I talk to people, it's always, you know, people that really come from, at very least, an English background, which is a real jump in culture, too, you know.
Yeah.
You just look at things differently. I almost want to say like a working class way of looking at things. Like, you know, there's no big secret out there. There's no conspiracies. Everything's plain. Sort of a, I don't know, a New York cops way to look at things. That's the way I kind of look at things. Like if it's the simplest, Occam's razor, the simplest answer is usually the answer, you know. And I don't think he grew up with, you know, when I dropped out of college, I drove a cab, and I was around, you know, that type of working class people, you know. So they're ball busters, and they say mean things for fun and banter and stuff like that. And I don't think he grew up in that environment, right? So he doesn't really understand somebody like me and Nick, right? And that doesn't make him a bad person. It just makes him a little outside the norm, I think. And that's why I think he makes these videos, and he thinks to himself, that's fucking devastating. Not like he's never going to look at it through somebody like a viewer like me, you know, and say like, I mean, if this is a revelation that she's fucking got a screw loose, you got a screw loose, you know.
Like that common everyman's perspective is so good, but it's like so deprived in this world now because it's getting so.
Yeah, maybe I get the common man's view. Yeah, like he doesn't have that. And it might be, you know what? You know why I think he might have that in the boarding school? Because he's so fucking smart. He's really fucking a bright guy. And the thing is, if you have social issues, you can come off like a dummy, and you're not. Because here's what being smart is: the speed of learning. I guarantee you, if you put an advanced algebra book and a tutor in front of me in Nerd City, he would be done a lot sooner than I would. You know?
Smoke all of us.
Yes, abso-fucking-lutely. You know, but like, I think a lot. I get this is a guess. I don't know what his situation. I don't know what his educational background is and nothing. This is total speculative. That's why he comes off so awkward. If you never knew what SSSniperWolf was and you watch his video, you might be like, "Holy shit, he found it." But if you have any background in YouTube whatsoever, and have any idea the history of SSniperWolf, you're like, "Yeah, so you know, no shit,
He's
Sherlock. I knew that girl was
one of many.
That's just like a very different community too. Like this SSniperWolf community, it's like what, like pre-teens, fucking 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds. Yeah, they won't be watching a Nerd City video.
There's gonna be a prettier girl that comes along and younger. I mean, the fact that she looks as good as she does at 31, there's got to be a girl coming up behind that's gonna be hotter. Maybe even start stealing her shit. You know?
I mean, like fucking Aziland. That's probably how she saw her as competition.
How old is she? I think she's about 32. I'm guessing.
Yeah, she dated Quebblecop. If you know
Smart move. She's older than she's 33.
Maybe we could get an AI version of her.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. So they always
we could all date Aziland. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Thanks for the call. Give some other people. Take care. All right. Ghost Gaming. What do you got, buddy? Ghost Gaming.
Ooh, he's a ghost. Can't hear him.
Ghosted us.
Hey, Tommy.
All right, what do you got?
I was going to say, this all reminds me of the Rewired Soul drama, like, years ago.
What about that? How does it remind you of that? Oh, when he was running around when he was running around. I don't know if it reminds me of that, but I know where you're going.
Because it was just all about this mental issue bullshit. I mean, can we just all admit we all jerk it to SSniperWolf?
Yeah, sure. You know what I think? I will say this. I don't see nerd like what's his face? What was his name? The Italian guy that got in all that trouble, and he deserved it. He streamed with him. I can't remember his name right now.
I forgot his name too, but
Rewired Soul.
Rewired Soul. Yeah.
Rewired Soul. He did eventually tap out, take full responsibility for it. You know.
I know, but it reminds me all about this because
I think the thing with someone I don't see Nerd City ever admitting this was stupid. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think he would sit there and say, "Yeah, but Dr. Grande said I was right." You know.
I mean, but like in fairness to Nerd, he just presented like different therapists. He didn't really go out of his way to say that I know that she is this. I know that she's a narcissist.
But he can't do that.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying when that one part was.
Yeah, I mean, he can't do that. Yeah, so just a way to save his own ass.
They all walked. They just did play CYA. They called her a sociopath. They implied it heavily. Yeah. And then he used he used the information he learned about psychology to apply it to her. So he called her a sociopath.
Check boxes. She does this. She does that.
He called her a sociopath. All right, let's be honest here. A narcissist. Narcissistic personality.
Yeah, but I mean, do we all think that SSniperWolf is just sexy and that's why we all watch her?
Do you watch her? I don't watch her. I don't watch her.
You're fucking horny, aren't you, buddy?
I think she got some nice titties and that's it. Who the fuck cares about her personality? She's a crazy bitch.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I think this is for people that do care about that. And enough people do. I guess, how many people watch this fucking terrible video?
I'm not going to diagnose her with mental issues. I think she's just an asshole.
Yeah, well, that's sometimes being an asshole is a sociopath, in fairness. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is our place. But, hey, I've done it before, too, I suppose. But I use it more as an ad hominem. But a lot of times,
exactly.
But I will say this: a lot of times when I believe they're sociopaths, I'll say it as an ad hominem. You know, I just figure like I'm just some goofball doing a goofy show, so nobody can take me seriously. I'm not trying to make anybody take me seriously either. What the fuck do I know? Talk to you later, Ghosty. Bye bye. Family Guy fan.
Whoa.
Go.
How's it going? I just want to ask: are we ever going to get the podcast on Spotify? Because it
What?
I always kind of wanted it. The Shot from the Point. Yeah.
Probably not. I don't know. You really want to tap in? All right, I'll talk to Xana. Xana's been trying to get me to do it forever. I have to pay for a hosting thing too. You know what it was? I did have it on SoundCloud, and put it on iTunes, and I stopped paying for that service, the hosting service, because it's a couple $100 a year, and nobody listened to it.
I'll listen to it.
Oh, you send me the money?
Yeah, but like you're just one guy, dude.
Yeah, I'll go look into it. I'll look into it. No promises. How about that? Anything else?
All right, I appreciate it.
Take care. Okay, you got something?
Nah. Take it easy.
Take it easy. Poofers. What do you got?
Hey, give me a second. Let me mute the stream.
Give me a second before I pulled you in, you dipshit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So, real quick. I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but is Keemstar on the table?
For what?
Did we talk about him?
Yeah, you. I might not be able to answer certain things, but go ahead. You can talk about anything.
Okay. Well, like, is he chilled out now? Is he cool? Like, has he finally taken a breather and like reviewed the situation? Because what he was doing last night was insane. Like it was absolutely insane.
What exactly?
He was blocking everyone.
Why don't you just
He's blocking every.
Is he blocking? I don't. That's just he does that all the time. What can I do? I'm not going to sit there and judge who he blocks. He can block who he wants. I don't care.
Well, he also sent a cease and desist.
Yeah. What is that? He threatened to, right?
He threatened to.
All right. Here's the way we're going to do this. Here's the way to do this. You ask me questions directly, and I'll answer them.
Okay. Shit. Let me think.
Because if you want to sit there and say the guy's a jerk, you can say he's a jerk all you want. But if you want my input, you're going to have to ask me a direct question.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's the exact same thing with SniperWolf. She sucks.
Okay, well, I do have a question then.
Sure.
Who was the editor that he had lined up? Because he said he had an editor already lined up for the job.
He's got. I'm not going to put his name out there just yet. I don't know if they want that, but there's that editor's been rehired from what I understand.
Okay. So Connor is really fired then?
Yes, 100%. I thought the whole thing was a fucking big joke too, but then the whole thing really threw me off.
Okay.
I mean, there was some kind of like I got the feeling he was going that way, but to be honest with you, like that's happened before. I thought he was just trying to use it for content. I didn't realize he was serious. I thought the whole thing was content related.
So you got the impression that everyone else did then, that Keemstar really wanted to get rid of Connor ahead of time.
Yes.
Do you think that he used this as an excuse to get rid of him then?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I got.
Yes. I think the thing was completely and totally unfair.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you too. Yeah. That's absolutely insane.
So stop calling me and telling me to make changes and put on fucking guests. Now you know how much power I have, okay? That's to all of you motherfuckers too. Yes, I will make this statement. I think what happened to Connor was unbelievably unfair. And I made that known. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, no, my opinion on this is he should have just gotten rid of him. Like, he doesn't need to, like, pull this elaborate bullshit. That's just my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Take care, man.
Seth, you're on the air.
Yo, what's up?
You tell me. Whoa,
shit.
Whoa.
Big dono.
123 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tommy win. Whoa, thanks, video games. Jesus Christ, what did you do? Hit the lottery?
So wasted, Tommy W.
I'm getting all that goddamn. I'm getting that futuristic hub money. Thank you so much.
What?
All the best to you, Brandon.
Wait, what does this have to do with futuristic hub?
That's the guy that he sued. He sued for futuristic hub.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. I don't know if that's his money.
This is
his money. Yeah, because you've done a lot of lolcow too. Thank you so much. And I got to say something to Brandon, not just through the donation. He's been a really good YouTube friend, and he's somebody I always can talk to. He always checks it. Ever since 2016, he always checks in on me. He always says what's up. He's one of the fucking nice. I know he has he's so old that I know he has sort of there it is right there, like a shady past in YouTube, and he did the dark arts of YouTube. But I love him. Right, I love him to death, and he's completely vindicated. I vindicate you, king of drama, for the $123.
Wait, was he the guy who came back in and he was called something like a storm is coming or something, and you did a stream with him?
Yeah. He did all this stuff, but back in the Disney, he was like, "Oh, there's a terrible tragedy. Fire up the stream." You know, he was a dark arts YouTuber. That's what I'll say. In the days when nobody gave a shit. And he made a lot of money too. And he was one of the early guys that understood the algorithm. He's like people say OG's like he was more OG than like Boogie, you know.
Oh, shit.
Michael Jackson type. Click below for link. Exactly. And he's open about it now. He's like, he wouldn't have lasted today because like Drama Alert or we would have fucking like completely like smashed him. But I love him and he's just been a great friend. Not just for the donation, just in general. He's just been the coolest guy. And lots of futuristic hub tips over the years, which have been funny to me, you know. But yeah, I love, you 2005 OG. Faux show. But go ahead, Seth.
No, yeah. I'm starting to kind of like Nerd City's videos. I'm gonna be honest, because it kind of they're kind of like a relic to me, right? From like back in like 2016, when like people actually cared about like how people acted behind the scenes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the reason why his videos fall so flat is because nobody gives a shit anymore. This is like common knowledge.
This is it's funny. Like this is 2016. That I think you make a good point. Like this, yeah, the video is kind of dated. I think it's a decent criticism.
That's like the.
But you know what?
Thing,
that is a bad thing
no one gives
too.
a shit.
That's a bad thing too. But you know what else it is? Like fucking allegations are everything now. It sucks, and it's usually something to do with sex. Ugh.
I mean, like let's compare it to Nick's video on Mama Max. That was like more of a fucking devastating video with fucking evidence showing why he's this, why he's like, this. Oh shit, it's there.
I don't think Nerd City was ever cut out for YouTube drama, ever cut out for YouTube drama. The down, because this is like what he is cut out for is just something way above this level. You know, I think he enjoys YouTube drama. I think like in his mind, he thinks he's doing YouTube some good, and maybe he is. Like you really shouldn't work with SSSniperWolf. She's probably a psychopath. You know. But it does feel kind of dated in a way. I think that's like actually a good criticism. And I don't know. It's just like, all right, I'm not gonna call you. I'm gonna bring all these social like these psychiatrists in or whatever the fuck therapists in and what they do. I'm not gonna call them. I'm gonna use this phrase. I'm not diagnosing anybody. And then you're really just implying they're a sociopath. But I don't know. I think you just take. I mean, he could come on and not be. I think this woman is a sociopath. And from what I personally read, take that for what it's worth. But, I mean, so what if she is? So what?
Well, everyone is now. Like, that's
most,
where the disconnect
most of them are, and to begin with. Most people that do this are fucked up. Most people that go to Hollywood are fucked up. Most musicians I knew are fucked up in some way. Because normal people don't want other people looking at them all the time.
Yeah.
You know? Normal people don't want that. I'm not normal, clearly.
Clearly.
So we look. I forget I talked to somebody about this. I believe, and maybe this is God. I don't know. I'm not a big believer. I believe that our society gives birth to people that are like a certain amount that are kind of have a predisposition to certain types of jobs. Right. Some of those are entertainers. Right.
Yeah.
And they have to have a fucking screw loose. A plumber doesn't, and probably better off that he doesn't, right? But I think like we produce like people that are really strong and they go in athletics, and then we produce people that are really brave and maybe they go in the military or they maybe go to the police force, or we produce people that are maybe not like traditionally macho, but they're really bright, and that's how. And you need that sort of like personality diversity to keep a society together. Because if we were all like if we were all like Vikings, then we'd all. What do the Vikings do? They just run around and like burned villages down and stole shit, right? That's like a shitty society to live in. A good society produces people of all sort of different profiles, for lack of a better word, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like you know more about this because you're a pilot. Like, there's a certain type of, especially the males. I don't know too much about female pilots, but I'm sure there's a type there. But there's a certain type that they attract. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
they're
crazy.
Like
they're
if you
crazy
chose,
brave. They're crazy brave. You know.
This is what my dad always said. Like the people who go in and become like helicopter pilots, they're like, okay, if you want to get into like a fighter jet, like you have to be an insane.
You have to be insane. Every guy I knew that did that was fucking berserk. Like, but in an extreme, like they were crazy, but in a really controlled way. right?
Yeah.
And they were able to, and they're also, I mean, you got to be nuts. And I remember the general that was running 1AD, he says, he told a story to us when we were coming back from Iraq. He says, I had to go to I watched a helicopter crash in front of me because the fucking pilot decided to do a maneuver to show off in front of anybody, and he killed one of my friends, a major who was inside the damn helicopter. So please do me a favor. I don't want to make any calls to your parents telling you how fucking stupid you are. It was one of the smartest things he ever sees. He's actually contributed to CNN right now, and I thought that was a pretty funny thing to say. But my point is, it does attract guys that live on the edge like that particular job. So I think it's just in this life, figure out who the fuck you are and go towards that. Don't fight nature. It's just like Dutch says from the Vanderlyn gang. You can't fight your nature. Find what your nature is and do that shit. And
something else that's like interesting about this particularly is that if we're going off of this specifically, that pretty much everyone who does this is like a narcissist or like a bit of a psycho.
Mm-hmm.
It's just interesting that Nerd City is pointing out all these things that could probably the same thing could be said about him.
See, I think that's the problem with calling people sociopaths and psychos to begin with, right? Even though I'm a hypocrite for doing it, right? I think that's the problem, because I think with something like the hair checklist, right? You can twist it to everybody. You can find a few things for me, for sure. I like to be in the center of attention. I'm loud. Nope, check. I'm aggressive and all those things, right? But that doesn't mean I can't see a baby cry and not want to comfort them, or something like that, or that I have no feelings or for other people. I mean, so calling somebody a narcissistic, a sociopath is a serious allegation. They're dangerous people. Right?
You could go through anyone who has massive amounts of clips online or anywhere of themselves, and you could find moments that make them look like whatever you want them to be.
I remember when I was getting divorced and I was that's when I started getting interested in things in the hair checklist, because I was trying to find ways why my ex-wife was behaving the way she was. Buddy. And of course, I came up with everybody, she's a sociopath. She's not. But what my shrink said at the time is, during this time, women will show those traits. It's like, will they ever go away? And he's like, yes. But when it's time for a divorce, there's a certain pattern that we've seen, and they follow through, and here's what you have to expect. And she did everything he said at one point in the divorce. And then it's over. I'm sure she's not fucking pulling the wings off fucking flies, I'm sure she's not torturing any cats. So I think, and I think that's what I mean by it being a soft science. Like, they have kind of a template to what these types of people are and what to do or what not to do with them, and it's kind of loose and open for interpretation. It's not like, like I said, you got AIDS, you can test for it. It's not like that.
It is interesting.
I think people think that. I think people think that too. All it is a guy that went to school saying that you're irredeemable. That's all it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, but our society kind of treats psychology like it's an exact science, like
yes,
science,
and that's what I'm saying. It's not an exact science. It's not a bad science, but I do think it's a bit soft. By the way, who told me it's a bit soft?
Psychology just isn't that old as well.
No, it's not old. It's not like the other sciences. And my old therapist told me it's soft. This is what he did for a living. Yeah. And he had the whole fucking, he wore the weird clothes and the tie, and he had the glasses, the whole fucking nine. He looked like he walked off a central casting.
I mean, that could also be a critique. The reason why it's soft is because a bunch of people just call people psychopaths.
No, I don't think so. I think it's soft. I think
that's more modern.
It's soft because there's gravity. Yep. Every time, you can't do that with people's personality. The human brain's too complicated, right? But I do think it has value. Right, but it's like most things. It's used good things. It's used as a weapon too. So I think it's just the way it is. And it's probably the reason you're not supposed to diagnose people. But then,
it is a newer science as well.
It's also new, yeah.
We haven't figured all of that shit out.
What? Only 150 years old? That's nothing. When did Freud die?
I don't know when he died.
Zygmunt.
Early 1900s, I think.
Yeah, he died in 1939. This is the war of
1939.
Yeah, 1956 to 1931. So, like, okay, 1956, 1856. Let's say he developed this shit by the time he was 30. Okay, so that would have been 20. And 20
like
and 70. So 1780s. We're talking. It's not that long.
Yeah.
It's not that long. So I lived at a time when it wasn't even 100 years old.
Yeah.
You know? And that's not taking away anything from Sigmund Freud. He's a brilliant man, and he's worth fucking reading. And I think he's right about the Electric complex and the Oedipus complex as well. I've seen it with women. I've seen it with men. I've seen it myself. As weird as creepy as it is, there's probably something to it. But you probably can't prove it in a way that would have to, satisfy scientific method. It's probably impossible to do. But that doesn't mean just because you can't make your hypothesis, then it become a theory, then it becomes scientific law. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean it has no value. And I'm not saying it doesn't have value, but at the end of the day, it's a guy with more education than you telling you you're fucked up. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, like the equation just it does not always equal
it's
one.
Not.
There's
and I think that's the
else.
biggest problem I have with this video, and I think Nerd City believes that it's an exact science. It's not. I think I could be wrong if he said it. He said that he doesn't feel that way. I'd believe him, but that's what I think. All right, Seth. Anything else?
Nope. Go on.
Take care, sweetie. Bye-bye.
See ya.
His phone's still open. You can call in, say whatever the fuck you want. I don't care what you talk about. Bingus, go.
Hey, Tommy. I was wondering if you and the Cows would be doing a Sunday stream about the Connor situation?
I don't know.
Because I think if Keemstar is going to do it on the live, he's just going to do the Keemstar show for about...
Yeah, it would be kind of nice if we did it on... We did the whole thing on the damn show instead of on Bowbacks. You're welcome, Bowbacks. Didn't Boogie get in trouble for that?
Yeah, he called in into...
I look. Here's the thing, Bingus. I don't think Connor. I think Connor, he was done, and I didn't even know it. I don't think anybody knew it. This came absolutely out of left field for me. I don't know any of the logic that went in this. All I can tell you is I voiced my disapproval. It was noted. That's it. That's all I can do.
One of the saddest things about this is Connor was on the inside, so if you mentioned like a niche topic, he would have the context clip for it.
I just thought of that.
And this UFO guy.
Yeah, you're right.
No, you're
because like he did the face bank stuff, he fucking did all of that.
No, and how long is it gonna? Even if he tries to do that. Oh no. Good point.
One last thing I'd like to mention is every time Keemstar starts a live now, I feel like I'm at a junior high dance, dude. This guy has no taste for music.
Yeah, his taste in music sucks.
I think he did 80s rock.
It's terrible.
And then
His taste sucks.
All right, okay, fine. I'm not getting into that horse shit. Don't listen to it. Then.
Funny.
Anything else? Yes, it is.
No, that's it.
All right, talk to you later. I just thought of that.
Yeah. Yeah, because like the new guy is from Storyfire.
Connor has intimate knowledge of what we're talking about, and if he doesn't know, he can find his way through.
Shit.
Yeah, it was my favorite part of the show. Is when I talk about something.
Yeah, because you guys could talk about Billy the Fridge. Oh wait, that happened in 2018. Let me go to Tommy in 2018. Let me go to Boogie in 2018.
This guy's
it's
find that shit. He wouldn't even know how to look it up.
Yeah,
you'd have to have.
He has no reference points.
Yeah. I mean, from what I understand, he's very good. He's been doing it for a living for a while. I think he can work quick, from what I understand. So I'm not going to throw this guy under the bus, but yeah, that's something I wouldn't even expect him to be able to do. That's very niche.
I mean, maybe he could. Maybe
he can. Maybe he can. I'm not throwing this guy under the bus. I'm gonna totally give him a chance. I'll give him a chance. I'm gonna support him. He's on the team now, so that's the fucking end of it, But yeah, that's right. Oh wow. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that part of the show.
Yeah, because I really like the face bank story that you guys did with what's his face.
That sucks. Oh man, oh man, oh man. That sucks. Oh boy. Oh, blows. All right. I want to make sure. Nesquick donated. I remember when Nerd City was really exciting and poignant in his videos. No, he just makes hour-long videos that amount to SniperWolf socks. Lame. Yeah, I agree with you. Hey, can you talk more shit about Nerd City instead of me? Lofton says oh, yeah, I think that's all we have as far as let's do the patch. Oh wow, that really bumps me out. Oh well. Oatbag, Mexon, Ashley, B, Billion Bones, Blue Jacket, Cody, Everborn, Latchkey, Little Manly, Nesquick, Panic Punk, Reynolds Hughes, Tommy Sees Cat, Trippy Savage, Irish, Jenny, who's Brandy Dandy. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. And Picklington. And if you want your name read at the end, guaranteed, you just you have to give me $10 a month.
Oh, do super berries too. We forgot about that because we did get a bunch that you missed. I think we got two.
We got two super berries. I'll do super berries.
Yeah.
Super berries. Super berries.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows
Ghost
the
Gaming did a bunch
fucking
of
meme behind that. Yeah.
Ghost Gaming. SniperWolf looks good. Toad tired. Isn't that guy who hates cats or something? 6 foot dig. Don't dare post cats in Nerd City's Discord. For God's... Oh God, it's so fake. I hate YouTubers. She's fake, yeah. SniperWolf still looks beautiful. That's Ghost Gaming as well. Reminds me of Rewired Soul. Video games with 123. Thanks so much. I kind of disagree. PewDiePie and Mr. Beast are good. I don't know about... I think PewDiePie's not a psycho, but I'm not 100% convinced of Mr. Beast. But he does seem good on the... So far, so good. And you're wrong. They're all nuts. You're wrong. You're not around them enough. I think it's people with glamorous egos. Yeah, which could be considered something in the realm of psychopathy too. It's kind of what it is, but whatever. Yeah, I think they're all fucking nuts, man. They're all nuts.
He wants to be filmed on camera every day.
Here's what I want to do. I'm going to do a freebie show. I decided.
All
so
right.
Anybody can do it. You can take calls in there if you want. If you want to ask me any stuff. I'm so bummed out about that. So stage chat.
You so upset about the game?
No, I'm upset about like losing Connor in that way. It kind of fucking...
Yeah.
Oh, because I love that part. That's the best part of like watching it. Oh well. I love that thing that what's his face gave me. Oh, I don't have it. Damn it. Ugh. Okay. After show's up, anybody can go in there that has access. I'll be in there real soon. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks so much again, video games. Thanks, Aaron. I'll see you. I'll see you all Monday or some shit. I don't know. Take care. Bye.